An AEW wrestler is set to leave All Elite Wrestling after their contract expires tomorrow. Vince McMahon reportedly is not starting up a new pro wrestling company. An update on Randy Orton's return plans for WWE WrestleMania 41, as well as Bron Breakker's WrestleMania 41 match plans. We've got more details on the possibility of an NXT broadcast in Las Vegas during WrestleMania 41 week. Some in WWE, actually several, reportedly strongly dislike SmackDown's move to 3 hours. We now know when Roman Reigns is set to return to WWE television. Stephanie McMahon reportedly is set to launch a WWE podcast. Thunder Rosa explains what happened and went wrong during the Megan Bayne Dynamite segment last week. Jazz reportedly is working as a producer behind the scenes in TNA Wrestling. And A&E renews WWE LFG for a second season. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with another exit from All Elite Wrestling, this time after a contract for one of their AEW/Ring of Honor wrestlers has expired. Now, after the recent string of big exits, there will be another departure from All Elite Wrestling coming up. Malachi Black, Miro, and Ricky Starks all left AEW earlier this month, with Starks already debuting in WWE NXT under the name Ricky Saints. Now, another exit has been revealed as PW Insider is reporting that legit Layla Hirsch will be departing AEW. Hirsch's contract expires tomorrow, that being February 28th, and she won't be re-signing per the report. There's no word on whether the decision for her not to stay with the promotion is an AEW decision or a Hirsch decision. Now, since it's a contract expiration, Hirsch will immediately become a free agent rather than having a non-compete period, even though most AEW talents don't usually have one. Hirsch made her AEW debut in 2020, with her last match coming in June 2024, and her last on Dynamite being all the way back in March 2022. She'd primarily be used in Ring of Honor over the last few months, where she most recently lost a TV championship match against Red Velvet at Final Battle in December. Now, a story this week was about Vince McMahon possibly starting up a new pro wrestling promotion. And the answer is no, Vince McMahon is not currently in the process of starting his own professional wrestling promotion. Rumors this week mentioned by Conrad Thompson and Eric Bischoff on their 83 Weeks podcast claimed that McMahon was rehiring former WWE executives and cameramen with experience of shooting pro wrestling. There was also a claim from Thompson and Bischoff that Fox were possibly partnering with McMahon on a new wrestling promotion. Fox quickly denied they were involved with launching a new pro wrestling promotion with McMahon, and now people close to the former WWE chairman have shot down any talk of him starting a wrestling company to Dave Meltzer. Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio, quote, "He's not starting a wrestling promotion, I can tell you that. He's starting an entertainment company, yeah. There was stuff floating around yesterday of him starting a wrestling company, and those close to him say, no, that is not happening," end quote. Now, while he may not be launching a pro wrestling promotion, McMahon is starting a new entertainment company which will back and produce films and TV projects. Former WWE COO Brad Blum and former WWE Senior Vice President of Entertainment Relations Kristen Prouty are involved in setting up the new company. Vince McMahon is no longer directly involved in the day-to-day running of WWE, although he remains a TKO shareholder, owning 4.7% of the company. He is currently facing legal challenges. Janelle Grant, in a lawsuit against McMahon, WWE, and John Laurinaitis, has accused McMahon of sex trafficking, sexual assault, and physical and emotional abuse. The 79-year-old is also a defendant in the lawsuit filed by former WWE Ring Boys, which accuses him, Linda McMahon, and WWE of being aware of sexual abuse carried out by Mel Phillips, but doing nothing to prevent or stop it. Now, going to WrestleMania and Randy Orton, just what is the Viper going to be doing at the biggest show of the year? Well, on November 8th, 2024 episode of SmackDown, Randy Orton became the first casualty of Kevin Owens' current heel run, delivering a pile driver to Orton in an attack that has kept him off TV ever since. While WWE played up the significance of the attack due to Orton's serious spinal issues in the past, the 14-time world champion is being kept off TV in storyline rather than any legitimate injury issues. Considering this, fans have naturally been wondering when WWE are planning to bring Orton back into the fold, especially with WrestleMania 41 fast approaching. According to PW Insider, sources in WWE expect Orton to be back in the mix by next month, with current plans calling for Orton to return before WWE's European tour ahead of WrestleMania 41. WWE's European tour is set to kick off with the Friday, March 14th episode of SmackDown in Barcelona, Spain, and concludes over 2 weeks later on Monday, March 31st, with WWE Raw live in London, England. While Kevin Owens first has an unsanctioned match with Sami Zayn at Elimination Chamber, a recent report has suggested that Orton versus Owens is the plan for WrestleMania 41. Speaking of that event, just what will Bron Breakker be doing at WrestleMania? Well, Breakker doesn't have a clear opponent for Mania as of yet, but has teased matches with several different Raw stars in recent weeks. Those potential teased matches include Penta, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and the returning Sheamus. As such, WrestleVotes reports that WWE has at least discussed the idea of Breakker defending his title in a multi-man match at WrestleMania. They said, quote, "They're tossing around a multi-man, as has become tradition at WrestleMania, whether it be the Intercontinental title or tag team titles last year. I'd be surprised if it wasn't a multi-man type of match. Not saying there's going to be a ladder involved, don't know if that's the direction they're going in, but I doubt it's Bron Breakker versus X in a one-on-one match." Speaking of WrestleMania 41 week, NXT's involvement. We've got a bit of an update on that. We spoke about this earlier on today. Now, WWE is preparing for a series of major shows in Las Vegas this April with SmackDown, NXT Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania 41 Saturday and Sunday, and Raw, all set to emanate from Nevada. WrestleMania week, which weirdly runs usually until the following Monday, will be extending by one more day, with it being reported that WWE NXT on April 22nd will take place in Las Vegas. Now, PW Insider is reporting that this edition of NXT will 100% be broadcast from Las Vegas, but WWE reportedly will not use the UFC Apex for this taping, with the company instead set to air from the Las Vegas Strip. It was pointed out this will be the first time WWE has extended WrestleMania week to the Tuesday, with WWE's biggest week of the year usually ending with the Raw after WrestleMania. This NXT show will notably be the first of the brand's shows after the NXT Stand and Deliver 2025 PLE, which will air on April 19th ahead of WrestleMania 41 Saturday. Now, SmackDown, recent weeks, some have suggested that the quality of the show has dipped, and if you think that, you're not alone. Now, beginning with the January 3rd, 2025 episode, WWE SmackDown changed from its traditional 2-hour runtime to 3 hours. Shortly following the January 3rd episode, WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque confirmed that this change would be a temporary one, and SmackDown would return to its original 2-hour format at an unspecified date, possibly over the summer. During WrestleVotes Radio on the Sportskeeda Backstage Pass Patreon, the backstage reaction to SmackDown's switch to 3 hours was revealed, with several people in the company said to strongly dislike the new format. Quote, "We are told several within the company strongly dislike the 3-hour SmackDown format, as those sources feel like the quality of the show has dipped in the last 2 months. Prior to the expansion, there was optimism and belief that some underutilized talent would be able to shine, considering the extra hour. However, that's not come to fruition just yet." Now, WrestleVotes would then provide an update to an earlier report from before SmackDown's move to 3 hours, revealing exactly when WWE is planning to revert the show back to its original 2-hour runtime. They said, quote, "SmackDown is still scheduled to return to 2 hours come this June." Now, speaking of SmackDown, Roman Reigns. His return to the Blue brand has been confirmed. Roman Reigns will be back on WWE television within the next several weeks. WWE have announced today that the 39-year-old will be appearing live in the arena for the March 21st episode of Friday Night SmackDown in Bologna, Italy, and the March 28th episode of SmackDown on Friday, March 28th in London, England. This ultimately means The Rock will be back on WWE television in time for WrestleMania 41. Prior to The Rock's return, Reigns was planned to face CM Punk and Seth Rollins in a triple threat match at WrestleMania, although if those plans have since changed is currently unknown. Reigns has been gone from WWE television since the Royal Rumble, with the former undisputed WWE Universal Champion being written off television following 2 curb stomps from Seth Rollins during the men's Royal Rumble match. Reigns was reportedly written off TV to keep him out of the men's Elimination Chamber, with WWE still looking to prevent Reigns from being pinned unless it's for a major storyline reason. Stephanie McMahon. Now, there's a bit of confusion, isn't there, about Stephanie McMahon's WWE status, but a new WWE project for the former co-CEO has now been revealed. While McMahon announced her resignation from WWE in January 2023, her appearances at recent company events, including the 2025 Royal Rumble, have fueled speculation about what could be next for Stephanie. WrestleVotes now reports that McMahon will soon launch her own official WWE podcast series, which is expected to release this spring. WrestleVotes shared the following on X, saying, quote, "A very interesting name. Is set to debut an official WWE podcast soon. Stephanie McMahon will be launching her own podcast series, expected this spring. Given her life experiences and experiences in wrestling, this should be as compelling as they come." Now, Stephanie recently appeared on the Pat McAfee show where she discussed her life growing up in the company and realizing that she couldn't stay away from it. Now, another recent Stephanie McMahon project was recently revealed, that being Stephanie's Places on ESPN+. People are still talking out there about that Thunder Rosa, Penelope Ford, Megan Bayne awkward Dynamite segment from last week, and Rosa has publicly addressed this segment. On last week's Dynamite, Thunder Rosa rushed to the ring to make the save for Chris Statlander, who was the subject of a 2-on-1 attack from Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. Wielding a steel chair in what appeared to be an attempt to send the heel stars running, Bayne and Ford would instead stand up to Rosa, leading to an awkward exchange in which Rosa gave an attempt to swing the chair at Bayne, but pulled back before connecting properly. Thunder Rosa addressed what happened on Busted Open Radio, saying, quote, "First and foremost, safety has always been my priority at everything that I do at AEW. Sometimes I sacrifice my safety for other people because I have to make sure everybody is safe because of previous situations. For me, safety is always number one. Last week definitely showed me a lot in terms of how much people care for Thunder Rosa. I want to thank everybody that reached out to me last week. The respect and love means the world to me. There have been a few people in particular whose words truly helped me. I really do want to say genuinely thank you. There are a lot of people from AEW in different places. I want to say thank you. You guys saw what happened. From that, I've learned so much. The takeaways I have as a performer are always ask questions. Be sure of what you're doing in the segment. The segment didn't go the way we wanted to, and it showed. I love what I do, and I love my job. I now focus on doing things the right way to have a good product and to make AEW better. I've sacrificed my health, and I've bled for this company. I will continue to push myself because I want to give the fans the best possible product for those who depend on me and who are in the ring with me. I'm not perfect and will always strive to be better, to make the place that I work a better place and a positive place to work. A lot of times people don't understand what's happening. Things happen. This, for me, the biggest takeaway is you always have to ask questions and be prepared no matter what, if you're a vet or a young athlete. Always ask questions to your producers in terms of what you're supposed to be doing and what's the story. It's important for our business. If you love this business and what we do, that's something we have to do. I include myself on this. I'm extremely thankful for the feedback and advice I receive from many veterans and people in the business. They are showing me respect to show me the right way and show me what I can do in situations like this. It's beautiful. It includes people from my job and all over that care for me and what we do on TV. Rose was then asked if there was any backstage drama stemming from the segment, to which she replied, quote, "There is no drama. We were all talking before the show and praising each other. We're trying to be as positive as possible. I enjoy coming to work, and I'm not the only one. Statlander was so supportive and nice. We were all going over stuff and receiving feedback. It was all positive. There is nobody trying to kill each other or any stuff. There is no point. How are we going to grow if we're fighting? Mistakes are made. It happened. We have to grow. We talked, and it was fine." Now, Jazz is back working behind the scenes in TNA Wrestling. Now, former WWE and ECW star Jazz recently had her first wrestling match in years in TNA Wrestling, and now reportedly she has a role behind the scenes. According to Fightful Select, former WWE Women's Champion Jazz has been working backstage in the promotion as an agent, including at the most recent set of TV tapings. TNA official Gail Kim posted on Instagram on Monday about working with Jazz, saying she couldn't give any more love and respect to her, and that she cherished the generation of women she was able to work with. Kim and Jazz worked together in WWE in the early 2000s. Jazz most recently competed in the TNA Knockouts World Championship #1 Contenders Battle Royal that was won by Savannah Evans. Fightful Select reported they had not learned if there were any more plans for Jazz to compete in the ring. And finally, WWE LFG is going to be coming back for a second season. PW Insider has reported that A&E have already renewed WWE LFG for a second season, and filming has commenced on season 2 at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. WWE LFG premiered on A&E in the United States on Sunday, February 16th. The show sees 16 wrestlers compete for an NXT contract, although all of the developmental talents on the show have already been signed to WWE. The 16 talents are split into 4 teams, headed by Booker T, Mickie James, Bubba Ray Dudley, and The Undertaker, and the winning team will receive the WWE LFG trophy. Developmental talents featured in Season 1 of WWE LFG include Elijah Holyfield, Shiloh Hill, Tyra May Steele, and Chris Island. One name planned for a future appearance on WWE LFG is Ric Flair. The 16-time world champion has not appeared on WWE programming since he was granted his release from the company in 2021. Flair has since appeared for All Elite Wrestling, although has not worked for the promotion since Sting's retirement match at AEW Revolution 2024 close to a year ago. But there you go, guys. Latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.